Only an avid traveler can understand the beauty and romance of train rides. No mode of travel could be as romantic as a train ride, and imagine traveling the old-fashioned way while surrounded with all the luxury and admiring some of the world's most spectacular landscapes. Having said that, the train journeys could be as expensive as it could get, given the experiences they offer. Let's find out some of the costliest train rides from around the world. 1. Cruise Train 7 Stars, Japan. Japan's first luxury sleeper train was launched in 2013. 7 Stars just has 7 carriages for 30 people, and booking a journey on this requires a bit of work. There's an application and lottery process. So what's so special about this? Colored a deep wine red, 7 Stars cruises through the island of Kyushu. Inside, the interiors celebrate Japanese artisans with rich colors, wooden paneling, and lattice screens. Everything has been designed by Japanese artisans. On board, you have a piano in the bar. Meals are thoughtfully crafted with seasonal ingredients. Suites have their own ensuite bathrooms. There's no TV because what's happening outside the window is much better than a screen. The multi-day itineraries help passengers explore the best Kyushu has to offer: onsens, mountains, shrines, and gastronomic indulgences. Price $3,000 for one, including all meals. 2. Venice Simplon Orient Express, Europe. It was the height of luxury rail travel when the Orient Express, of Agatha Christie fame, ran from Paris to Istanbul. To bring back that charm and glamour, Belmont's founder, James B. Sherwood, bought vintage carriages from the 1920s and 1930s and restored the restored cars, 17 in total, roll through some of Europe's most fantastic destinations. Dressed to the nines. Really, there's a dress code. Passengers step into another century, where stewards in white gloves and blue and gold livery welcome them with champagne. The Art Deco interiors are a salute to the past. There are cabins and suites with plush furnishing, and dining is focused on fresh, seasonal ingredients sourced along the way. The Venice Simplon Orient Express rolls through idyllic sceneries in Europe. London, Paris, Venice, Vienna, and Prague are some of its stops. You can also book a stay at Belmont's dreamy stays across Europe and give yourself the full luxury experience. The iconic Paris to Istanbul itinerary is scheduled once a year and lasts 5 nights. It's a bucket list experience, whether or not you're a fan of Murder on the Orient Express. Belmont is adding more routes and 3 grand suites to the passenger train. Price starts at $3,297 for one. 3. Blue Train, South Africa. The Blue Train has been operating since the 1920s. It got a facelift in the 1970s, and now it's one of the best ways to see South Africa. Passengers can choose between the 2-night Cape Town to Pretoria, or vice versa, and the 19-hour Pretoria to Hoedspruit and return journeys. From its large windows, you can watch the changing landscapes, flatlands to mountains to national parks and vineyards. Have you ever imagined sinking into a bathtub on a train? Here, you can. All suites also have a writing desk and a butler. It also features a dining car, where passengers can feast on local delicacies with jazz and classical tunes playing in the background. Have a pre-meal drink at the club car, or relax in the lounge car with a book. This is how dignitaries have traveled too, including Nelson Mandela. Price starts at $1,560 for one person, including meals and excursions. 4. Rovos Rail, Africa. Running for 30 years, Rovos Rail takes up to 72 guests on 2-day to 15-day itineraries across Africa. The 14-day Dar es Salaam journey through South Africa, Botswana, Zambia, Tanzania, and Zimbabwe involves bushwalks, off-board excursions to historic towns and falls, and stays in a game reserve. Of course, the sights of the bush, valleys, winelands, and arid deserts are part of the package. A short 3-day ride from Pretoria to Cape Town opens your eyes to the mining past of the country, while mountain ranges and winelands play like a movie on the windows. Interiors are old school and vintage. The suites are wood-paneled and equipped with writing desks, luggage shelves, and robes and slippers. The Royal Suite features a bathtub and a small lounge area. The train has dining cars, a lounge, a gift shop, and an observation deck to take in the views. Dress in smart casuals and formals as you dine on fine china and sip South Africa's finest wines. You'll also get safety glasses in case you want to feel the wind in your hair at the open-air balcony of the observation deck. Price $1,788 upwards for short journeys, $13,200 upwards for 14-day Cape Town to Dar es Salaam. Before we move on to the next one, please like the video and subscribe to the channel for more luxury content 24/7. Now let's continue. 5. Rocky Mountaineer, Canada. The Canadian Rockies are a sight to behold. Its rugged peaks, sparkling lakes, and uninterrupted forests and meadows make travelers gape in awe. Just imagine how dazzling the experience would be if you were to sit in a glass dome cabin, a glass of wine in hand, and peek at its wonders and wildlife. The Rocky Mountaineer has a host of itineraries that take you through the Canadian Rockies from Vancouver. Here's the catch. It's not a sleeper train. It only runs during the day, and you can book a hotel for the night. The Gold Leaf service is the ultimate luxury on this train. Passengers get access to a bi-level glass dome coach, a dining area on the lower level, and an exclusive outdoor viewing platform. Price? This 7-night journey from Vancouver to Calgary starts at $3,285 with 2 nights hotel stay free. 6. Maharajas Express, India. Travel like royalty on India's glitzy Maharajas Express. The train tries to illustrate an era when kings and queens traveled the country. It has 43 cabins and suites that can accommodate up to 88 passengers. If you're willing to splurge a little, the presidential suite is the best on board with a living room, 2 bedrooms, and an ensuite bathroom. Passengers also get their own private butler. The train is Wi-Fi enabled and also features 2 restaurants and 2 bars. The journeys give you a glimpse into the heritage of India, and the offshore excursions are insightful. Book the Indian Splendor, a 6-day journey from Delhi to Mumbai that stops in Agra, Ranthambore, Jaipur, Bikaner, Jodhpur, and Udaipur to get guided cultural tours and sample local cuisine. Price: the Indian Splendor tour starts at $5,980. 7. Belmond Andine Explorer, Peru. Adventurers, backpackers, and culture buffs are attracted to the rugged Peruvian Andes for their Incan ruins and rugged beauty. With Belmond Andine Explorer, you won't have to rough it out in the mountains. This 16-carriage luxury sleeper train by Belmond takes passengers on 1-night and 2-night journeys to dizzying heights that were once trekked only on foot. Start this once-in-a-lifetime trip at the historic capital of the Inca Empire, Cusco. The train chugs to Lake Titicaca, which is the largest freshwater lake in South America, and then pulls the brake at Arequipa, with a pause at Lake Lagunillas and the Sumbay Caves. The train has 35 cabins designed with a nod to the Peruvian aesthetic, while chefs whip up Peruvian delicacies in the dining cars. Guests can also unwind in the lounge car where a piano plays soothing music, or capture the landscape to memory from the observation car. A spa is another indulgence on this train. Price? Starts at $462 for 1 night per person. 8. The Presidential Train, Portugal. The name says it. This train used to transport kings, presidents, and heads of state in the 20th century, but retired after almost a century of operations in 1970. It was restored and was resting in the Railway Museum, from where it was rescued by a businessman who brought it to the tracks again. Now, the presidential train, maintaining its royal glory, takes passengers on gastronomical journeys with Michelin star chefs pairing dishes with fine wines from Portugal's wine region. The train pulls out of the 100-year-old São Bento station in Porto and slowly chugs along the Douro River and wine estates. Sitting on plush velvet seats, you sip the wines from the Douro region and feast on a multi-course menu in the dining cart all through the round trip. The presidential experience is 10 hours long, but you can also book 2- and 3-day journeys with hotel stays. Price? $878 per person for the presidential experience. 9. The GAN, Australia. From Adelaide to Darwin, the GAN covers 2,979 kilometers, 1,851 miles, cutting through the dramatic and daunting red centre of Australia. This train is named after the Afghan camel drivers who transported goods to the remote towns and helped construct the railway lines in the indomitable red centre. In 1929, the old GAN made its maiden journey from Adelaide to Alice Springs. It took 50 years to slowly construct the rail line. This train was irregular and unreliable. It was once stranded for 2 weeks. It was only in 2004 that Darwin was connected to the network, and the spectacular cross-country journey came to life. The GAN expedition is much more reliable and comfortable now. This is a grand way to see the remote interiors of the nation and learn a little about its history and indigenous culture. The 3-night journey on the GAN starts in Darwin and stops in Katherine, Alice Springs, and Coober Pedy before it pulls up at Adelaide. The scenery changes, hills and the inky night sky, red rocks and vegetation. While you're starstruck by what's happening outdoors, take delight in fine wines and a gourmet menu with regional fare. Grilled kangaroo fillet and saltwater barramundi are on offer. You'll also love the offshore excursions, including a visit to the magical Uluru. Price? $1,392 per person for 3 nights. The GAN Darwin to Adelaide. 10. Eastern and Oriental Express, Asia. This is another offering by Belmond that rolls through a continent of rich cultures and perennial beauty. The Eastern and Oriental Express travels through Singapore, Malaysia, and Thailand. Its ornate interiors, vintage decor, wood-paneled corridors, and silk furnishings are an ode to the region. The Singapore to Bangkok itinerary includes 2 nights accommodation, daily 4-course meals, 3-course lunch, afternoon tea, breakfasts, and house wines and local beers. Explore a rural Malaysian village, bike through rice paddies, and enjoy the niceties the train has to offer on this extravagant journey. Price? $3,665 per person for Singapore to Bangkok.